Hey guys, so we're going to go over how to set up layout mapping in iSet. And this is very important, so let's do this. So I'm going to first pick new demo project. I do Z5, click create, and then go to the layout tab. Now this, if you see here, this gray on the top left, this represents the input signal. As you can see, the size here is 1920 by 1080. And if we see, it's the exact same here. So that's your physical input signal mapped to this layout. Now, down here on the bottom in this port list area, I call it the port list container, we can see that we have two buttons here. We have port area and type library. Now, when you get a new screen from a factory, usually most of the time they're supposed to provide you a parameter file. Now, what you would do is you click this button, that button that I just showed, the type library, and that brings up this. And if you see here, I've imported this one already. And the way you would import it is you click import and then import as cabinet type, and then you just select the file. And then you would see it here, you see the resolution of that cabinet. And then we go back, and then we could see the ports here. Now, if we go back to device info, we click detect. In this case, because we're in demo mode, there's a lot of stuff connected. And we can see on port 1, we have 5 receiver cards. You can see the i9, the version, etc. We've already went over this in the beginning, but I wanted to go over this again because it's relevant here. Now, under port 1, we see there's 5 cards. So if we go back to layout, we could do this one that I just imported. We'll say 1, and then we can drag it down, 3, 4. Now that's the entire height, right? So if we click and drag over all of them, we can see that it shows the height is 1088, and that's what we got here, right? So then we can also set the individual the gamma, and we can also save the parameters from here as well. Now, what this is, just to be clear, this is your receiver card mapping, and you want to think of this, you're looking at it, you're directly in front of it from the front. Now, if you don't know the wiring, there's a really useful feature here called OSD numbering. And if you can enable it by port or by processor or everything. So if you click by port, when you select the port here, you'll see numbers on the screen. So it'll say like 1, 2, 3, 4. And that means here, that means that this is card 1, this is card 2, 3, and 4. And what it is, if you see, there's these arrows. So it's the wiring starts at the top and goes down. Now, if your wiring is different, if you select it, you can pick topology here, and you can change the direction. So in this one, we have it up to down, and we can change it left to right. There it is. There we go. So now it's bottom to top. And that allows you to change it. And then you can also draw it. So if we click clear topology, then we can click the pencil, and we can click, like, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a non-standard, no one will ever do that, but it's just, I'm showing you so you can understand. And then we could say 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once you've set up that topology, then you can go and do the next port. And then if you see here, it says that the capacity of this port is already at 80%. Okay. And that's all comes down to things like the frame rate, the bit rate. So if we have it on 8-bit, so if we change to 10-bit, you can see now we're over capacity, right? We're at 100%. And that's all relevant because the bit depth determines how much data we're sending over the line, as well as the frame rate, stuff like that. So anyways, so we're going to continue here, and we're going to fill up this this full HD canvas that we have from the input right here. So now we click port 2, and we can highlight it all, press Control C, and click on port 2, and then paste it right next to it. We could do that for each one. Oops. We'll click port 4. And there we go. So that's our full HD canvas. And basically that's how you would set it up. So once you've set this up correctly, based on either your personal knowledge of the wiring or the OSD numbering, you can then save it by clicking Save Mapping. Now, this button here, Real-Time Mapping, you're going to see visual updates in real time on the screen of the individual like cabinets. You'll see it changing, but if you turn the processor on and off, it's not going to save. And that's why we have this save mapping is required. So you have to click save. And now you can restart the mapping, or sorry, restart the processor and everything. Now the second checkbox is very, very useful, mapping from processor. Now there's two ways of saving this. One is on the receiver cards themselves or from the processor. Now if you set it from the processor, you can pre-save this mapping. Like let's say you have a project, you can save it in your warehouse, in your office, and then ship it. And then the end user only needs to follow an instructions of how to do the wiring. So for example, if I don't have these receiver cards connected, I can still save that mapping to the processor. And then when they connect it, it will just automatically work. So I click save. And then when you're, if you want, you can also read back the mapping, which is what we just saved. So that's how you do the mapping. Now, if we had, let's say, another input signal here, so we'll drag one, we'll put it right here. Oops. There we go. Let's put it right there. And then also you can see here that these squares correlate to our mapping as well. So you can see it both ways. And then this one we're not exactly covering. It's a little bit more. Like it was 188, I believe, or 1088. And this is basically how you would do it, is you can have two layers. So if we have, let's say, now we want to extend our screen, we can copy again from here, select port 5, and there we go. And then let's say you had some smaller cabinets, you could also put them here. And that way, the way this works is what you display in here on the input side is going to show up on these individual cabinets. So that's how that works. And then if you move this, let's say we were to move this, then we're going to miss this first half. So it'll start from here after that first kind of column. And that's the general idea of how you set that up. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out. All right. Well, you have a great day. Bye.